Now that we've overviewed cubes in 5.3.1 overview, let's talk a little bit more detail about SQL Server Analysis Services. We're going to do it in a series of 4 videos. This one will be the introduction, brief introduction to SSAS, and then we'll dive down in a deeper way into 3 more videos to actually build a cube and show you what that's involved and actually use it as well. So starting out, just sort of reviewing things, if you think about a data warehouse as a collection of fact and dimension tables, and along with the relationships among the set, and these are known as star schemas. We've talked about this several times before. And a fact table is holds the measures that are the numeric columns that we're going to want to use when we just start developing our reports and our analyses. More specifically, in a little bit of terminology here, Microsoft defines measure groups in SSAS as subsets of the measures in a single fact table. The associated dimension tables hold the columns that we're going to slice and dice on. And these are the columns in these tables are called attributes in SSAS, and they represent basically the semantic descriptions of additional sort of dimensions, if you will, hence the name dimension tables, that we have for the fact tables. We can also organize these into hierarchies. So you can think of a hierarchy, say for example, geographically as being a region and consisting of several states, and the states consisting of several districts, and a district consisting of several sub-districts. Those are hierarchies, and we can organize the dimensions into hierarchies to make it easier for our users to take advantage of the slicing and dicing capability of the cubes that we've mentioned before. Now, the SSAS database is really essentially a collection of predefined cubes. It is not a relational database like all the other ones we've been talking about before. It's sort of a separate, and it has its own separate instance, as we'll see in a little bit. But it does, you can think of it conceptually as a collection of predefined cubes, just like a relational database is a collection of tables and the relationships among them. And each cube, you have to keep in mind, has an associated data source view. That's the data that sort of the cube sort of sits on and takes information. Each cube has an associated data source view, and this cube, you can think of it in terms of sitting on top of the data source view. It draws the information, the data from the data source view and into the cube itself, much like a pivot table does in drawing information from the worksheets in Excel. The view is in essence a layer, and it's designed as much as anything to protect against changes going back and forth. And the view is typically based on one or more of the star schemas in terms of drawing its data. Okay, so now we're ready to talk in some detail about building actual cube inside SSAS and use its various wizard and take a look at browsing and polishing a cube after we've done that.